The sky waits in silence. A hush lingers where clouds gather, heavy yet gentle above the world. A distant rumble stirs, like a memory carried on the breath of forgotten winds. It is not the cry of war, nor the sound of anger, but the whisper of something awakening. The air thickens, rich with the scent of rain, promising not fear but renewal. Every drop that hangs unseen is a story, waiting to fall, waiting to nourish the earth below. And in that waiting sky, a spark forms, small, bright, patient. It does not strike, it does not burn. It simply listens to the rhythm of the world. Thunder rolls again, not to frighten, but to remind. To remind us of what was and what may be. Legends say the storm is more than weather. It is memory, it is breath, it is a living forge. And within that forge, shaped not by fire, but by light and wind, a presence begins to rise. This is the tale of Zeus, Stormforged, not as conqueror, but as keeper of balance. Tonight, we journey into his rebirth, into the storm, into the silence, into the promise of renewal. The sky holds its breath, waiting. Clouds drift slowly, gathering like thoughts heavy with unspoken memory. The world below is quiet, listening without knowing it is listening. Leaves shift on branches, stirred by winds that carry no destination, only a message. That message is soft, not sharp, and it comes not with fear but with wonder. A single sound travels through the silence, a hum that feels older than stone. It is thunder, but not the thunder of anger, not the roar of conflict. It is a murmur, a secret folded into the fabric of the air. People pause in their paths. They look to the sky but see only gray, drifting shapes. Children tilt their heads, feeling the vibration under their skin, curious and unafraid. The first whisper of the storm does not tear the earth apart. It invites to it closer. It speaks of cycles, of beginnings that are hidden inside endings. The ground, dry and waiting, feels the approach of renewal. Rivers dream of new water. Seeds sleep with hope in their tiny hearts. The storm is not yet here, yet already it shapes the rhythm of the world. Each pulse of thunder is like a heartbeat, echoing through horizon and cloud. And from that echo, stories rise. Stories of gods in the weight of the sky. They say Zeus was not always thunder, nor always king, nor always flame. In the clouds, he was once a breath, a spark, a promise, hidden in the silence of creation. The whisper remembers him, calling him forth again, storm-forged anew. No one sees his form, no statue, no crown of fire. What returns is essence, voice, and memory, woven into the air. The whisper moves gently over oceans, lifting waves in rhythm, not in rage. It curls into valleys, bending the tall grass without breaking it. It circles mountaintops, brushing stone as if to wake the ancient peaks. Each place it touches becomes part of the story, part of the return. This is not the tale of thunder striking the ground in fury. This is the tale of thunder as teacher, as companion, as guardian of balance. The whisper carries weight, but not the weight of destruction. It carries the weight of patience, of time, of the eternal waiting sky. Some say storms are warnings. Others say they are blessings. But here, in this moment, the whisper is both. It warns not of ruin, but of forgetting. It blesses not with riches, but with renewal. Travelers on the road feel it in their bones. The faint song of returning thunder. Elders remember old tales, speaking quietly of the one who listens. Through the storm, the young imagine wonders, gods walking in the clouds, voices hidden in the rain. All of them are right, and none of them are wrong. For the storm is not one thing. It is many things held together in harmony. It is light and shadow, water and air, sound and silence. The whisper tells them, be still, be open, remember. For the storm will not harm you. It will awaken you. It will remind you of the strength and gentleness, It will show you how even the smallest spark can hold the sky. And so the world waits, hushed and steady. The whisper grows, stretching across horizons unseen. It does not rush. It does not falter. It is steady as breath, ancient as the first dawn. Zeus listens within the storm, unformed yet present, a promise yet a power. He does not descend in fire. He does not demand in fear. He waits, as the world waits, letting the whisper prepare the way. Thunder hums once more, rolling deep and low, carrying memory and promise. It is not an end. It is not a beginning. It is both and more. It is the whisper of the storm, the whisper that calls him home. Beneath the mountains, shadows gather where sunlight rarely dares to fall. The air is thin, cool, and filled with echoes of something more than stone. Travelers who pass whisper of strange hums carried on the wind. They say the mountain holds secrets, not carved by hands, but by time itself. There is no fire here, no furnace of iron, no smoke of ash. Instead, the forge is woven of sky, hidden deep where earth meets air. Lightning is its hammer, striking unseen, shaping silence into resonance. Clouds drift through caverns, slow as rivers, glowing with faint silver light. Every droplet that falls shimmers like a spark, fading before it touches ground. This place is not marked on maps, for no path leads directly to it. It finds those who listen, those who follow the quiet call of thunder. Step too close, and the walls hum like strings plucked by unseen hands. Each hum carries a note of memory, of something waiting to be reborn. Here, the forge remembers the presence of Zeus, not as ruler, not as conqueror, but as essence sleeping in the air. The forge does not roar. It whispers in currents of wind and pulse of light. Stone trembles, not with fear, but with recognition. The mountains bend their silence, as though bowing to what they shelter. Every corner is alive with sparks, but none burn the skin. They drift, they swirl, they vanish, leaving warmth in their passing. The forgotten forge is alive, yet it has no heartbeat of its own. It waits for one to shape it, to breathe it into meaning once more. For centuries it has rested, holding thunder in its walls, lightning in its breath. Storms above are only reflections of what lies hidden below. Every bolt of lightning that dances across the sky is an echo of this place. Every roll of thunder is the forge, speaking in a language beyond time. Legends tell that gods are not born, they are remembered. They rise again not from battle, but from the places that recall their names. This forge recalls Zeus, the storm's keeper, the balance bringer. Not the image of him carved in marble, but the spirit that binds sky and earth. The air hums louder, vibrating with a rhythm like a distant drum. It is not chaos. It is not rage. It is order waiting to take form. As clouds shift and fold within stone halls, shapes flicker in the light. Not faces, not figures, but impressions, like breath on glass. Each spark glows brighter, weaving together, forming patterns in the dark. These patterns are ancient, symbols that carry meaning older than speech. They do not command, they invite. They say, return. They say, remember. The forge does not seek to consume. It seeks to give. Every element present, wind, water, light, offers itself freely. Together, they shape the vessel that will carry thunder again. This shaping is not of metal, not of fire, but of harmony. Balance becomes form. Resonance becomes strength. The forgotten forge is not forgotten at all. It remembers more than mortals can. It waits not in silence, but in patience. Its voice carried through storms. Zeus stirs here, unseen yet undeniable. He is not summoned by force, but by memory called into harmony. The forge breathes, and with it, the world seems to breathe too. Mountains hum, rivers pause, clouds linger over peaks as if listening. The air thickens, heavy but alive, as if holding a great secret. And within that weight, a spark begins to take shape. Not striking, not burning, forming, becoming. The forgotten forge prepares the way. The world above feels the shift without knowing its source. Farmers glance at skies, sensing storms that carry a strange calm. Travelers feel the ground vibrate softly, as though a heartbeat beneath their feet. Animals lift their heads, alert but not afraid. Everywhere, the whisper spreads. Something returns. The forge hums, glowing brighter, patient as eternity. For in this hidden place, Zeus is not yet revealed, but he is remembered. And remembrance is the first step toward rebirth. The forge stirs, alive with quiet thunder. It is not chaos, not violence, but harmony, taking form in hidden halls of stone. Each pulse of light feels like a breath, steady and patient. The air vibrates with rhythm, as if the mountain itself plays a silent song. This is no forge of iron. No flames leap. Instead, clouds drift into the chamber, glowing with silver edges. They fold and weave, as if drawn by an unseen hand. Lightning flickers within, bright but soft, a painter's brush across the sky. Every spark is a note in a melody, not a strike of fury. Together they craft something more than shape. They craft presence. The forge knows it is shaping Zeus, but not in body, not in statue or crown. It shapes the resonance that will carry him, the balance of storm and silence. Wind circles the chamber, gentle but purposeful. It moves with precision, folding around light and rain. Drops fall from above, shimmering, vanishing before they touch the floor. Each drop leaves behind a pulse, a ripple of energy. Those ripples connect, weaving a fabric unseen yet undeniable. The forge breathes through them, drawing life from the meeting of elements. Zeus is not born here. He is remembered into being. Every whisper of thunder calls his name. Every glow of lightning sketches his essence in air. The shaping is not quick. It is timeless, like water carving stone. The process is patient, careful, a harmony of countless threads. Where one spark fades, another takes its place, completing the pattern. Where one note lingers, another rises to meet it, forming a chord. This is how power is shaped, not by force, but by balance. The mountains hum softly, resonating with the forge below. The ground feels alive, carrying vibrations outward in gentle waves. Villagers far away sense something stirring, though they cannot name it. Their skies flash with light, but the storms bring calm instead of fear. They look up, and in silence, they wonder. The forge deepens its song, weaving thunder and rain together. It is like a loom, each strike of lightning a thread, each roll of thunder a beat. Together they create a tapestry that is not seen, but felt. Zeus stirs within this tapestry, his essence forming line by line. He is not yet voice, not yet figure, but already presence. Already the air bends to him, as if leaning toward its center. Already the clouds shift, circling as guardians of what is becoming. The forge does not rush. Eternity belongs to it. It knows that what is shaped too quickly cannot endure. So it waits, and in waiting, it strengthens the weave. Each spark adds memory. Each drop adds patience. Each breath of wind adds freedom. Each hum of stone adds weight. The shaping is balance, and balance is strength. Zeus is not made to destroy, but to endure. Not to conquer, but to guide. Not to demand, but to remind. The storm will be his language, but its words will be harmony. Thunder will teach. Lightning will awaken. Rain will heal. This is the power being shaped, not of fists, but of resonance. The forge glows brighter, brighter still, until it feels like dawn, underground, not harsh, not blinding, but radiant. It does not burn. It illuminates. The chamber becomes a sky within stone, stars woven of sparks. And in the center, the shaping continues, steady as heartbeat. Zeus listens, though not yet formed, not yet complete. He learns from the balance of elements, from the patience of the forge, And with each moment, his essence grows clearer. The shaping of power is nearly done. Not power of conquest, but power of balance. Not power of fear, but power of renewal. The forge hums one final note, long and low. The mountains answer, carrying the sound through valleys and skies. And within that harmony, Zeus takes his place. Not yet revealed, but already present. Not yet seen, but already known. The shaping of power is complete, and the world is ready to receive it. The sky waits above, stretched wide, like a canvas of endless gray. It is heavy with silence, yet trembling with something more. Clouds gather in layers, folding upon themselves like secrets. The horizon dims, not with fear, but with expectancy. A hum runs through the air, steady and low. It is the heartbeat of the sky preparing to awaken. Birds fall quiet, wings pausing mid-flight, listening. Fields sway gently, as though the grass hears what cannot be seen. The storm is not yet come, but the world already feels it. Light bends within clouds, glowing faintly, shifting like whispers. Every shade of gray hides a secret color waiting to be revealed. Then, a flicker, small, swift, gone before it can be named. The sky breathes, and the flicker returns, brighter this time. It is not a strike, but a gesture, a promise written in light. Children watching from doorsteps gasp softly, sensing wonder, not fear. The sky blooms with color. Violet, silver, gold, a painter's hand. Unseen, each hue unfurls slowly, like dawn disguised within storm. This is the awakening, not of destruction, but of renewal. Thunder rolls gently, not sharp, but deep and warm. It feels less like a warning, more like a voice clearing its throat. The clouds shift, pulling apart, revealing glimpses of vast radiance. Each break in the sky glows like an eye slowly opening. The world below is bathed in hues never painted before. It is not sunlight, not moonlight, but stormlight. A light that moves, dances, changes with every breath of wind. The awakening sky does not roar. It sings. It sings in notes of thunder, in chords of lightning. It sings in the rhythm of rain beginning to fall. The drops land softly, each one carrying a spark of the storm. They do not drench. They awaken, touching leaves and soil with care. The air is alive now, filled with the scent of renewal. Every inhale feels sharper, clearer, as though the sky shares its breath. Zeus stirs within this rising chorus, unseen yet everywhere. His presence is in the glow of the clouds, in the roll of thunder. The awakening is his language, speaking without words. He does not arrive with force. He arrives as resonance. The sky itself becomes his vessel, vast and uncontainable. Villages far below pause in their routines, eyes turned upward. They feel not fear, but awe, as though standing before a great cathedral of air. Children laugh, running through gentle rain that sparkles like silver. Dust. Elders nod quietly, remembering tales of storms that spoke with wisdom. The awakening sky is both familiar and new. It carries the weight of memory, but the freshness of beginning. Mountains echo the thunder. Valleys carry the hum. Rivers mirror the light. The earth itself leans upward, as if in greeting. Each moment grows brighter, more alive, yet still balanced. Lightning curls across the horizon, not jagged, but graceful. It arcs like brushstrokes, painting paths across the sky. The thunder follows, slow and resonant, grounding the dance of light. The storm does not rage, it composes. Every sound, every spark, every drop becomes part of the song. Zeus is present in that song, shaping without form, guiding without command. The awakening sky is his canvas, his voice, his rebirth, and all who witness it feel part of something vast and eternal. The storm is not only above them, it is within them. Each heart beats in rhythm with thunder. Each breath carries the storm's breath. The awakening continues, unfolding with patience, It will not end quickly, for it is not a single moment. It is a passage, a rising, a remembering. And in this rising, Zeus awakens too, not in fury, not in fire, but in harmony. The sky is alive, the world is listening, and the storm has only begun. The storm does not break, it deepens. Every sound, every shimmer, gathers into a single rhythm. The sky no longer glows alone, it speaks. The first word is not heard, but felt. It vibrates in stone, hums in rivers, echoes in hearts. It is thunder shaped into language, without letters. Not a command, not a warning, a greeting. The world listens, silent as a child before a story. The voice of thunder is steady, patient, immense. It tells not of fury, but of balance. It whispers through echoes that storms are not endings. They are bridges between what was and what will be. Villagers pause, holding hands, unsure why their hearts beat faster. Children lean forward, wide-eyed, hearing meaning without words. The sky speaks again, deeper now, rolling across valleys. Its voice is heavy but kind, weight carried with care. Remember, the thunder seems to say, remember the bond between earth and sky, stone and cloud. Rain falls in soft rhythm, like punctuation to its voice. Each drop affirms the message. Each spark underlines it. The voice does not belong to storm alone. It belongs to Zeus, stirring awake within the harmony. He does not shout, does not impose. He lets the storm carry his voice gently across the world. The thunder continues, layered, like verses of an endless hymn. Mountains echo back, their ridges humming with resonance. The sea answers with waves rising and falling in time. Forests sway, branches joining the chorus with whispers of leaves. The world itself becomes a listener and a singer both. This is the voice of thunder, but also the voice of unity. It says, "You are not apart from the storm, you are of it." Elders nod, their memories stirring with forgotten wisdom. They once knew the sky spoke, and now it speaks again. Children laugh, not afraid, but delighted. To them, the storm feels like a companion telling secrets. Zeus listens as well, learning his own voice within it. Every rumble teaches him patience. Every spark teaches clarity. The storm shapes him still, not in body, but in being. He learns that power is not volume, but resonance. Not force, but presence. The voice of thunder teaches him what it means to guide. It is not to dominate, but to steady the rhythm of the world. Clouds fold and drift, reshaping as the voice grows calm. The song softens, the chorus dims, but it does not fade. The thunder's voice lingers like a story told by firelight. It becomes part of memory, woven into those who hear. Villagers return to their lives, but carry the resonance within. Every hammer on anvil, every step on soil, echoes softer thunder. Every child's laughter rings like faint lightning in clear skies. The storm does not vanish. It dwells quietly, invisible yet present. This is the gift of the voice of thunder. It speaks once, but its words echo forever. And Zeus, cradled within its harmony, begins to understand himself. He is not only storm, he is reminder. Not only light, he is rhythm. Not only thunder, he is voice. The voice of thunder has spoken, and the world has heard. Now it waits for what Zeus will say in return. The sky shifts once more, lighter now, alive with motion. Clouds scatter and reform, as if summoned into quiet assembly. The winds stir, not wild, but purposeful, like travelers called home. They come from every horizon, weaving toward the heart of the storm. Each breeze carries its own story, whispers from distant lands. From the east, a wind arrives, scented with salt from endless seas. It speaks of waves that never rest, of tides that follow the moon. From the west, a dry wind drifts, tasting of deserts and golden sands. It carries the silence of dunes, the patience of timeless horizons. From the north, a sharp wind rushes, cool and clear as mountain peaks. It sings of snowfields untouched, of stones older than memory. From the south, a warm wind swirls, heavy with flowers and song. It tells of jungles alive, of rivers that dream beneath green canopies. One by one, the winds arrive, circling in graceful embrace. They do not collide. They weave, like threads forming a tapestry. Their voices rise together, not in noise, but in harmony. The world pauses, sensing something vast taking shape above. The winds do not speak in words, yet meaning fills the air. They carry news, wisdom, memory, each one offering to the whole. It is a council, ancient and eternal, gathering in the sky. And Zeus listens, for these are his companions, his teachers. The sea wind reminds him of depth, of change that comes in cycles. The desert wind teaches stillness, the strength to endure without. The mountain wind offers clarity, the sharpness of truth revealed. The jungle wind gives warmth, the gift of life in abundance. Together, they form balance, each strength held by another. The winds swirl closer, weaving tighter circles above the earth. Their dance lifts clouds higher, shaping a vast spiral of light. Lightning flickers gently within, as though sketching unseen constellations. The people below look upward, breathless, drawn into the vision. They see not a storm, but a council of skies speaking in unison. Elders murmur, recalling tales of winds that carried wisdom long ago. Children laugh, arms outstretched, catching breezes that play in their hair. The winds carry more than air. They carry memory across ages. They remind the world that every land, every people is connected. The same air that fills one breath travels to another far away. The same wind that shapes one mountain smooths the sea beyond sight. Zeus feels this truth deep within his forming essence. He's not only of one place, but of all skies. His presence belongs wherever winds touch, wherever storms breathe. The gathering of winds is not an accident. It is a remembering, a reunion of elements that once moved as one. The sky hums with their harmony, each gust of verse in the song. Thunder rolls softly beneath, steady as a heartbeat. Lightning bends around the spiral, not sharp, but graceful arcs of light. The storm becomes a cathedral, and the winds its choir. They do not praise, they do not beg, they share. Each gust reminds the world of balance, of connection. Each whisper tells Zeus who he is meant to be. He is storm, yes, but storm guided by harmony. He is thunder, yes, but thunder that steadies, not frightens. He is lightning, yes, but lightning that awakens, not destroys. The winds weave tighter still. The spiral now, a crown of motion. At its center glows a light brighter than dawn. It is not fire, not sun, but the essence of balance made visible. Zeus feels it call to him, gentle yet irresistible. The gathering of winds is complete, and in their unity he finds his own. The storm breathes as one, and so does he. This is the gift of the winds, a reminder that power is shared. And with their harmony, Zeus takes another step toward awakening. The winds fade into silence, leaving the sky wide and expectant. Clouds hold their shape, glowing faintly as if guarding a secret. The earth waits beneath, hushed, as though listening for a heartbeat. From within the stillness, a shimmer stirs at the storm's center. It is not lightning, not yet, but a glow breathing itself awake. The light flickers gently, like a candle daring to exist in shadow. Then it steadies, rising taller, brighter, sharper. The glow stretches upward, touching the edges of the sky. Every eye turned upward feels its warmth before they see it. It is not harsh. It is radiant, soft, yet commanding. Zeus takes his first step into the world, not with body, but with light. The glow expands, curving, bending, like wings unfurling. It arcs across the sky, painting golden lines in the clouds. Each line hums with energy, notes of a melody long forgotten. The first step is not a march. It is illumination. Villagers lift their hands, palms open, catching the glow on their skin. They do not shield their eyes, they welcome the light. Children laugh, calling it a rainbow born of thunder. Elders bow their heads, whispering prayers older than memory. The glow shifts, no longer just light, but presence. It moves with intention, folding through clouds and winds alike. The first step of Zeus is not into the earth, but into being seen. He reveals himself not as figure, but as harmony in motion. Lightning curls around the glow, graceful arcs without fury. Each arc writes symbols into the sky, letters of a language of storm. The people do not read it with eyes, they feel it with hearts. Each spark says, "I am here." Each hum says, "You are not alone." The clouds shimmer, responding, as though bowing to their own creation. The winds, now gentler, circle in reverence around the glowing center. Thunder rolls, low and resonant, steady as a drum beat. The first step of light carries rhythm, not chaos. The storm becomes music, each element a player in the song. Zeus is the conductor, though he does not yet hold form. He moves through presence, through resonance, through light itself. The people below sense his essence clearer with every breath of the sky. Not a god above them, but a guide among them. Not a ruler, but a reminder. The glow brightens still, stretching across valleys and rivers. It touches mountains, and their peaks sparkle with new clarity. It brushes forests, and leaves glisten as though freshly born. It glides across seas, and waves reflect its golden crown. The world responds, each part awakening to the step of light. Zeus feels himself expand, his essence no longer bound to silence. He is storm, but storm that brings light instead of shadow. He is thunder, but thunder that steadies hearts instead of shaking them. The glow steadies at last, no longer flickering, no longer shy. It fills the horizon, vast yet tender. It is both dawn and dusk, beginning and completion. The first step of light is not about arrival. It is about recognition. The world sees, the world knows, the world remembers. Zeus is not fully formed, but his presence is undeniable. The glow carries his truth, unspoken but unmistakable. The storm is no longer only sky, it is identity revealed. And with this first step of light, Zeus becomes more than memory. He becomes promise, promise of guidance, of balance, of storms that heal as much as they awaken. The people bow their heads, not in fear, but in gratitude. The winds rest, the clouds hush, the earth exhales. The sky glows as though wearing a crown woven from lightning. The first step of Zeus is taken, and the world is forever changed. The sky softens, yet it does not fade. Clouds gather again, circling with a patient rhythm. They rise higher, layering like steps of an unseen stair. Each cloud glows with silver edges, stitched by lightning. They do not drift aimlessly. They form a crown. A circle of clouds, vast and steady, opens above the world. It is not heavy, not threatening, but regal. The crown of clouds belongs not to storm alone, but to balance. Villagers see the shape forming and whisper in awe. Children point upward, eyes wide, calling it a sky-made halo. Elders kneel quietly, remembering old tales of celestial thrones. The crown is not placed, it reveals itself, as though always there. Its arcs stretch outward, surrounding the horizon in grace. Every curve carries a glow, soft as dawn, clear as moonlight. Thunder hums beneath, steady, a voice in quiet prayer. Lightning flickers within the crown, not fierce, but ceremonial. Each spark is a jewel, a star shining briefly before vanishing. The world feels lifted, as though wearing the crown itself. Zeus rises through presence, his essence settling into the circle. He does not seize it. The crown forms around him in harmony. He belongs to it, and it to him. The crown of clouds is not power taken, but power given. The winds bow in circles, flowing outward in reverence. Rain drifts gently, more mist than storm, blessing the earth below. The crown grows brighter, shifting from silver to gold. It glows like woven sunlight carried by thunder's voice. The people do not fear it, they feel included in its light. Each breath feels larger, each heartbeat steadier. The crown is not a distance above, it is a connection. It ties the sky to the earth, Zeus to the people. For the first time, they feel him not as mystery, but as presence. Not untouchable, but near. The clouds deepen their circle, forming layers upon layers. Each layer hums with harmony, a chorus of sky and storm. The crown becomes vast, a cathedral carved from air, and Zeus stands within it, unseen yet undeniable. His essence radiates outward, carried in each spark, each rumble. Children laugh again, chasing rain that falls like silver lace. Elders lift their hands, palms open, feeling the sky's weightless touch. The crown holds more than beauty. It holds promise. It promises storms that will guide, not destroy. It promises rain that will heal, not harm. It promises light that will reveal, not blind. Zeus breathes through the crown, his presence deepening. The crown answers, glowing brighter still, as if alive. Together, they form a bond neither forced nor fragile. The crown is not symbol alone, it is alignment. Sky and storm, earth and heart, all bound in balance. The villagers sense it, though they cannot name it. They stand together, joined by the crown's silent message. The world does not tremble, it steadies. The crown of clouds has become more than a sign. It is recognition of Zeus, not as conqueror, but as guide. It is the world saying, "You belong." Thunder rolls softly, confirming, steady as a vow. Lightning glimmers gently, jewels in the crown's vast arc. The winds rest, satisfied, circling like loyal guardians. The rain fades, leaving the air clear, fresh, renewed. The crown remains, glowing above, like a promise held firm. And Zeus, within it, feels the truth settle deep. He is storm, yes, but storm with purpose. He is sky, yes, but sky with presence. He is crowned, not by force, but by harmony. The crown of clouds glows, steady, eternal. And the world knows the Stormforged Zeus has taken his place. The crown of clouds steadies, glowing with a timeless light. But the sky does not fall silent, it begins to whisper. Soft winds move gently, carrying voices too delicate for words. They weave through trees, bending branches as if passing messages. Villagers tilt their heads, listening though no speech is clear. Children hush, sensing the air itself is telling a story. The whispers come not from thunder, nor from lightning. They come from the spaces between where silence usually dwells. It is as though the sky remembers, and now chooses to share. The voices are not singular, but layered like countless threads. Some are high and airy, like bells ringing far away. Others are deep, steady, like roots humming beneath the earth. Together they create harmony, neither loud nor commanding. It is not a warning, but a weaving of truth. The people close their eyes, letting the whispers sink within. Each person hears something different, yet the meaning feels the same. One hears hope, another courage, another a call to kindness. The sky speaks uniquely, yet binds them all in unity. Zeus listens too, though the whispers rise from his own essence. They remind him of who he is and why he rose, not to dominate, but to guide, not to silence, but to awaken. The whispers curl into the crown, filling it with resonance. Clouds glow brighter, shaped by the breath of these voices. Lightning flickers softly, tracing symbols that echo the whispers. The villagers begin to murmur prayers, repeating what they feel. Words rise from them unbidden, flowing like rivers long dammed. They speak gratitude, not fear. They speak welcome, not hesitation. The sky answers, its whispers swelling into a gentle song. It is not sung in language, but in rhythm and presence. Winds circle the fields, stroking crops with a blessing's touch. Forests sway gently, leaves rustling in agreement. Seas lift waves that shimmer with golden reflections of the crown. The whispers travel everywhere, not bound to one place. The world itself joins the song, each element adding voice. Zeus feels this chorus grow, carried far beyond the horizon. His essence stretches with it, not in power, but in reach. He becomes not just a presence above, but within all things. The villagers sense this too. realizing the storm is not distant. It is near, dwelling among them, whispering through air and earth. The whispers fade briefly, replaced by a deep, steady stillness. Then they return, softer, clearer, directed toward Zeus himself. They say, "You are not alone." They say, "You are of us, and we of you." The crown glows brighter still, pulsing in time with these truths. Zeus, though formless still, feels himself solidify in essence. He is no longer storm alone, he is voice of sky. He is no longer mystery, he is memory awakened. The villagers lift their eyes, tears shining without sorrow. They know something sacred has settled among them. The whispers fade once more, leaving echoes behind. Echoes not of fear, but of belonging. The winds soften, resting as though weary from telling truths. The clouds glow steady, the crown firm as ever. The world feels different now, as though aligned in harmony. The villagers breathe deeply, their hearts carrying the whispers within. They look to the sky, not for answers, but for connection. For the sky has spoken, and they have listened. The whispering skies quiet at last, leaving peace in their wake. Zeus stands within that peace, strengthened, defined, remembered. And the story of the Stormforged grows deeper with every breath. The sky rests after whispers, calm yet filled with quiet meaning. The crown of clouds still glows, steady as an eternal flame. The villagers watch, not speaking, for silence holds its own power. Zeus feels the hush settle, not empty, but deeply alive. It is in silence that truth often grows roots. The winds pause, letting stillness speak, where thunder once reigned. The earth listens, its heartbeat slow and steady beneath their feet. The people breathe together, joined in rhythm with the calm sky. They know something sacred is about to unfold. Zeus stands within the crown, unseen yet fully present. He does not roar, he does not strike. Instead, he listens to the world, to the people, to himself. The silence becomes vow, carried in every breath of air. It is not shouted, but it resounds. The vow says, "I will guide." The vow says, "I will not abandon." The vow says, "I will be storm, but also shelter." The villagers close their eyes, and each feels it within. Some feel it like warmth in their chest. Others feel it like calm spreading through their veins. Each receives the vow in their own way, yet all share it. The crown glows brighter, acknowledging the promise sealed in stillness. Lightning flickers gently, not to warn, but to affirm. Thunder hums low, steady as a heartbeat shared with the earth. The vow is not written, yet it is known by all. Zeus accepts his place, not above, but among. The storm becomes his language, but harmony becomes his purpose. The people feel themselves seen, not small beneath the sky, but part of it. They whisper prayers not of fear, but of gratitude. The field sways softly, crops bowing as though blessing the moment. Rivers glisten, carrying reflections of the glowing crown downstream. Mountains stand tall, their peaks touched by golden light. Forests hum quietly, leaves trembling as if repeating the vow. The entire world seems to hold its breath with Zeus, and in that breath, balance is born. The vow deepens, no longer only Zeus's, but the world's too. The sky says, "I am with you." The earth replies, "And I with you." The people echo, "We are not alone." The silence swells, more powerful than any storm, for in silence, connection is clearest. Zeus knows now he is more than storm-forged. He is promise-forged. He is belonging forged. He is balance-forged. The crown steadies, not fading, but settling into eternal watch. It becomes part of the sky, a reminder always above. The villagers look upward, knowing it will not leave them. They bow, not out of fear, but in shared reverence. The vow is silent, yet it sings louder than thunder. It hums through fields, forests, seas, and hearts alike. Children laugh softly, holding hands, feeling safe beneath the glow. Elders smile, their eyes shining with peace. The storm has changed them, and they it. The vow has bound them, sky and earth, forever in unity. Zeus stands within the silence, strengthened by its truth. He no longer wonders if he belongs. He knows. The crown glows one last pulse, sealing the vow eternal, and the silence deepens, carrying the story of the Stormforged into forever.